So Spotify is joining the social network game, and they have a brand new app called Greenroom. As I'm recording this, this is actually just a few hours after its release. And it's available for iPhone and Android at the same time. So I checked it on my Android. I'm gonna show you the version on the iPhone. Very, very much similar on both. And this is a brand new social network where it's audio based. So you could create your own audio room, a virtual audio room, or participate in ones that other people create. And if you've heard of another app called Clubhouse, it's basically a competitor for that. Everybody, Twitter, Facebook, they're all trying to compete now with Clubhouse, which is again an audio virtual environment, a social network with audio only. So I'm gonna show you the app in this video and exactly how it works. And you could download it here. I have a link below to this exact page where you could get it for your iPhone or your Android. And what's nice about it is they actually do give you a nice frequently asked questions here where it kind of breaks down everything you need to know, but I'll show you that in this video. So let's go ahead and open up the app here. And what's great about it is you don't actually have to have a Spotify account. If you do, you could use it here and actually use the same account, but you could sign up completely for free without Spotify. So you could just create a username, password, and sign in this way instead. I already have Spotify, so I'll go ahead and sign in with that. And I'll go ahead and create an account here. And it says, please use your real name on Greenroom. And a profile picture is required. So fill this out, first name, last name, date of birth, and then make sure you add your picture. I'll go ahead and add those and we'll go to the next page. And here it's just gonna ask for your interests, so you could select some of these. This is gonna kind of make this more personalized to you. So I'm gonna choose a couple of these here. Let me press finish. And now we're inside of the app and it's customizing it here based on some of my interests that I chose on the previous page. So let's briefly look at the menu here. So you got your home page, you got a search icon. So this is where you could find groups or other people. Just go ahead and search for them here. You could create your own room, which we'll cover. You have notifications here, and you have your profile icon over here on the right. And this has kind of its own reward system. This gems earned is basically if someone gives you a thumbs up in other social media platforms, so they'll show up over here. Following is just what I picked in the beginning when I chose my topics, and the followers is who are following my profile, but it's brand new. Let's go back to the home page here. You also have this option, this calendar option. Let me show you this, because a lot of times there's going to be what's called upcoming rooms. So people could schedule a room that you could add to your calendar and actually come back to it. This is a great way for getting people to come back and engage with your group by scheduling rooms in advance. I'll show you that when we create our own room. Okay, so if you look here, basically what's happening on this page is every section here, this is a room and there's one person here. Okay, if I scroll down, this is another room related to the NBA, and this I could join by just pressing this. And as I scroll, every little section like this is a separate room. So let me just go ahead and join a room to show you how to participate in a room. I agree to their code of conduct here, I'll join. And here, when you see someone flashing like this, that means this is the person talking. And these other people are the speakers on top, but they are on mute. Now, no one is going to be able to hear me. I'm just a listener. So that's kind of a confusion with a lot of these apps because they're so unique that you're actually by default not a speaker in a room. You're the listener, especially these rooms that I just jumped into. If I go down, you could see other people in this room. I'm one of these people, right? But I'm just a listener in this room, not the speaker. The speakers are up here. Now, the way you become a speaker in a room that is not yours is by pressing ask to speak, and it will send the moderator a message saying someone wants to speak. You could always press the plus sign here and actually add your other followers to this room, so you could invite other people to a room that you're in, and you could always share the room here, right over here. Now, when people are talking, you could go to their profile. You could just click their name right here and then go to their profile and follow them from here. You can see how many gems they've earned. Again, this is the reward that people give other people if they like what they're saying, and you could see their follower count. So you have all the same stuff on your profile too. You could link Twitter and YouTube there as well. Let me go back. So that's really the basic overview of how rooms work, right? There are these speakers. Some of these speakers are moderators, and then if you scroll down over here, you have your listeners. For listeners to become speakers, they would have to get permission here to raise their hand. Let me go ahead and leave this room. Now nobody knows that I'm leaving this room. So if I press leave, it's just gonna let me leave the room. And let's go ahead and create our own room. So I'm gonna press create room here and give it access to my microphone because this is again an audio social network. And what's my room about? Let's say this is a YouTube creator room. And do I have a show or a podcast? No, so I'll leave that empty. Select the group. So I could select the group here. Probably the welcome group would be appropriate. And then get room recording will email you a copy of your room audio. That's interesting. I don't think Clubhouse has this version here. And then text chat, allow people to chat in a room. That's interesting too. So that's activated by default. And then when I'm ready, I could go live here. And it says room creation in this group is not allowed. So I guess I have to change my group. I didn't join that many groups here. So it says this room is being recorded. Give people a second to join. And at any time I could press this to invite other people. I could go ahead and mute myself. I could go ahead and request over here for other people to speak. So I could actually get listeners to come up and speak with me. If they don't press this on their own, I could actually request them to come up. And then you have a little discussion tab too. So you could jump in here and then have that chat discussion that takes place over here. I'll just minimize my room as well. That will show up. So sharing or inviting people on this app here to join. Anytime, you could always press end as well up here and your room will end, and then you'll get the audio recording if you chose that option. So since I already joined a couple groups, right, I could actually, let me see if I could search for another group related to YouTube. So let me search here. And there is a group that shows up. So I could join a group like this if I press join. Now I'm part of multiple groups. So if I go to create room down here and select my group, you could see I joined the comedy club and I joined the YouTube group. So as more groups appear here, it's just not going to be the few. So when you create a room, definitely choose a group that's appropriate for the type of content that you're posting on your Greenroom here. So that's your brief introduction to Greenroom, and it's so new that I couldn't show you all I wanted to show you, and I want to spend some time with it before I make an in-depth tutorial. But unlike Clubhouse, for example, it's not invite only. It's open to anybody on iPhone or Android. Anybody could download it. Anybody could create an account just like I showed you. It's not an invite only like Clubhouse is. So I hope you found this useful. I'll post a follow-up video on this showing you an in-depth tutorial, and I will catch you next time. Please give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.